Hey there, SunRoom Toys. Today we're going to finish off some more of the Spider-Man Marvel Legends retro carded wave. We're going to do Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and Spider-Man itself, the very flexible one, will be making an appearance with some sizing pictures and such. So Peter Parker is pretty dope in package. I love the artwork. They do a great job. So let me share the Gwen Stacy with you guys. Enjoy the Toys R Us in the background. This diorama is amazing, by the way. Now, Gwen is one of the standouts in the wave for me, and I'll get to her accessories and such in a bit, but just take a peek at her. She's a beautiful figure. So let's crack these open and see what they're all about. So this is Peter Parker. He comes with the Spider Sense extra head and the camera accessory. Just looking at him, he's pretty well put together. My only thing right off the bat is that his lower torso seems to be part of the soldier or the agent from the Killmonger 2-pack. And we'll get to that in a little bit, but for now just admire the 360 spin. And here is a quick look at Gwen Stacy with the Mary Jane extra head, which is very nice that they gave us that. So she comes with quite a few accessories. The sculpting on her jacket seems to be a new piece. I love that little belt in the back and how it flows. She comes with a satchel, a book, and a Daily Bugle rolled up newspaper, which I think is going to be a great accessory for any of them. So for now, just take in her beauty in a 360 spin. Alright, SunRoom, so let's take a peek at these guys hands-on. So I broke out the new Spider-Man to go hand in hand with the Peter Parker, because why not, and you kind of need them hand in hand to enjoy both figures. So Peter Parker on his own, he's awesome. I'm glad that we finally got a Peter Parker figure. Now they did do something interesting with the hand. They made it very wide for you to grip that camera, and you can tell that off the bat. They did not make it universal, so I think you will have some problems, and we'll see in a second. Maybe you won't, but it is not both hands the same way. He's got a nice blue under there, and this might even be the claw piece, and it looks like, looking at him, we have the same issue that we had with the Target Black Widow. The neck is a separate piece, and I don't know why they're going to this. Luckily this one is pretty well settled, but that would be something to look out for with the figure when you're going to buy them. The lower half is definitely similar to the agent from that Killmonger 2-pack, and I say that because it has the same flexibility. This feels like the plastic of the old Legends that have been coming out. It doesn't feel as lightweight as a couple of the others that we reviewed recently, and you can tell they're having some casting molds done here, and you're getting little crackles in the plastic, which is unfortunate, or flashes, like there. You can't really see that in the package, so it is what it is. The Coke bottle glasses are probably the number one complaint that I would have on the figure, but it is awesome that they're actually over the eyes, and you can see that he has eyes underneath. He's got his little pompadour hairstyle. His head has some good range. You can get him up that way. Can you smell what Peter Parker is cooking? Do the little rock pose, huh? Get him down decent, up pretty well. That's about it. He's your basic civilian character. If you're taking photos, be careful. You can tell the jacket piece and the other jacket piece are not connected tight enough, so you can see the blue underneath, which is fine. Not a drawback, it just is. And he comes with the before Labor Day shoes. Don't wear white after Labor Day, right? So I guess we can only use this guy until September. Ha ha ha. So I put this head on here just to see if it would actually fit, and it does. It actually looks pretty cool. I think it gives the Spider-Man some depth. So he does come with the camera accessory. It has the flash up top, which does have a little reflective paint, which is pretty cool, and the detailing on this is very well done. you can see that they put some time and effort into this. Definitely. Alright, so that is Peter Parker in hand. Now let's move over to Gwen Stacy, and then we'll do a comparison of all these figures. Here we have Gwen Stacy in all of her beauty. Now, I'm going to do some of the accessories first, because I was taken aback right away by those. So we have a Daily Bugle newspaper that's folded up, and I'm telling you, this thing's going to go great with your Kit Bash, J.J. Jameson, if you have them, or any of your characters. I mean, this is universal, and this is really great. Thank you, Hasbro, for giving us that. She comes with her Midtown High School book. I'm guessing this would be a yearbook. Doesn't open. Does have a little bit of detail on it. I could see this going to my Beast. Maybe a couple shots with her. Then we have a satchel. Or file folder, rather. And it's got some nice detailing. I mean, they could have did some minuscule paint, but that's just being picky. But you can see the molding in there. It's just awesome. It looks like what it should. And then this is the piece de resistance that everyone's going to want to see. This is the alternate Mary Jane head. And honestly, pictures do not do this as much justice as it should. You have a black wash in the hair, which makes it kind of look a little grungy, grungy. But it makes it pop. Like, I love when figures have that black wash. And her face is beautiful. Lucky with this one, I have pretty good looking eyes. You would probably want to check the eyes on your package, as we all found out with the Rogue debacle. So, Gwen Stacy definitely has some new molding to her. Her face alone is beautiful. Looks just like the comic book to me. She's got the little band up top to keep her hair back. As you can tell, there might be some issues, unless it was meant to be that way, but the band is not even, and it looks like I have some paint rub on the top of her head. So this may have been a little factory brushed, and you can tell there that it's completely not even. So those are things to keep in mind when purchasing her. The hair is great. Very usual Hasbro hair, but they are getting better with the female sculpting, and that's great. I mean, I love this little tuft here is separate from that. That's great. The belt in the back is awesome because it's actually got flexible flaps, and it looks like it's flowing in the wind, which is great for me. Her boots are dope. Her boots, actually, she can stand in these. I didn't have too much issue standing her up, which is a first. But she looks like she did in the comic book, and I am impressed by Hasbro with this one. So thank you very much, Hasbro. This is going to be displayed on my shelf very happily and proudly. Alright, SunRoom, so you can see that they're pretty well sized. Peter Parker is not towering over Gwen, which he never was in the books. And he's not shorter than Gwen, which is great for the action figure heads. Spider-Man and Peter Parker seem to be about the same height. They're definitely not the same build, which I understand because he's in civilian clothes, so that's a good thing. Gives a little diversity that we don't always get, which is great. And you can tell Hasbro's getting a little better with their scaling of the figures between each other. So here we have Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, and Spider-Man from the Wave. Now, I'll take this head off because I know some of you are going to want to know. And you want to be careful removing heads from this guy. So his peg comes back, and it has that little slit, so it's definitely a peg that could break. Be careful. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put Spider-Man to the side. Let's take Peter Parker. Take his head off. And I'll show you how it looks on there. So it is pretty dope. I mean, the only thing they could have did is added a couple effects like electros, have them standing out. It looks like there is some paint issues with the connection of the lines. So you guys are going to want to keep an eye on that when you're picking out your package. I didn't even notice that till I had it in hand on him. There is some paint issues between the human face and the spider face, and you can tell that the molding wasn't an exact cut. And I guess that's how they had to do it. So action figure shop guys might want to be careful doing it from this end. You may want to get the full-on effect. But that's pretty cool that the tuft of hair is there. I mean, little nitpicky things, right? And that's how we are as collectors. So, there you go. Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, and that absolutely amazing Spider-Man. This Spider-Man Legends retro wave is off of the hook. It's off the chain. I'm using old language, old slang. You guys got to get out there and find this. It's already been shipping from Entertainment Earth. I believe Hasbro Pulse will be right around the corner. So if you haven't gotten your pre-orders in somewhere, please go get them. And the next video that you guys see from the Legends line from the SunRoom will be Electro, which I believe is the only one in this wave that I have not gotten to other than the Daredevil, and those will end up having their own reviews. Hey there, SunRoom! As always, thank you very much for tuning into this review of Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. There's a lot of little quirks and little picky things that we could get into with it that I kind of did. So you may want to watch the paint apps in the store when you get in there and you're purchasing. If you're doing it online, luck be to you, and Hasbro will back you up. You can always complain to them if it's a broken joint or a paint issue that you don't like. They may not send you the same figure, but they'll send you something, and then you keep your figure and it's all good, right? They are $20 toys, as we got to remember, but do be careful, because we like to be careful how we spend our money. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did, and I hope that you're enjoying the SunRoom toy reviews. I'm really trying to bring you guys some good content, and I want to point you guys towards the SunRoom group on Facebook. We have a lot of great things going in there. We're at about 1.4K members last I checked. So the link will be down in the description below. As always, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you didn't like it, tell me why. Or tell me what you did like. I mean, that'd be great. Let's communicate in the comments down here. I love communicating with you guys, and I look forward to it. And subscribe, share. Let's get the word out on SunRoom toy reviews. I appreciate you guys, and you have a great day, and I'll see you soon, either with Electro or an Alpha Predator. Gotta flip a coin.